I pursued Ethan for 5 years, while Ryan chased after Lily for those same 5 years. On New Year's Eve, I waited in vain at the movie theater for Ethan. Across town, Ryan stood alone at the amusement park waiting for Lily. Instead of our dates, we both received their coordinated social media posts announcing their relationship. "Let's pair up," Ryan suggested through gritted teeth when we compared notes later. "At least we understand each other." After a heavy silence, I nodded. We raced to book venues, sample wedding cakes, and mail invitations determined to beat them to the altar. While drowning in fabric swatches at the bridal boutique weeks later, I answered my door to find Ethan breathing hard, eyes bloodshot. "This isn't some joke, Lucy?" he demanded. "You're actually marrying Ryan? Have you completely lost it?" My mind flashed back to New Year's Eve clutching in used movie tickets as couples kissed under floating helium balloons outside the mall. All those years of loving Ethan dissolving like snowflakes on my gloves. My phone buzzed with Ryan's message. She stood me up too. We'd all grown up together. I fell for Ethan. Ryan developed feelings for my college roommate. We became each other's relationship coaches, never imagining we'd be left holding two broken hearts on the same night. Exhaling sharply, I turned to leave when my phone rang. "You've seen their posts?" Ryan's voice cut through the background noise, rough with emotion. My thumb hovered over the screen like a guillotine. Those innocent-looking throwback photos of Ryan and Lily in high school uniforms, grinning at the camera with peace signs, felt like gut punches. When had they started exchanging those secret glances? "Still at the theater?" Ryan asked after our shared silence. At my affirmative hum, he said, "Stay put. I'll get new tickets." We sat through the romantic comedy in numb solidarity. Our ridiculous hair color screaming false cheer, his fire engine red new beginnings dye job clashing with my subdued milk tea balayage. When my numb legs buckled afterward, Ryan caught me with a strained chuckle. "At least you're not crying," he said, studying my dry eyes. The lie hummed between us like confetti after the ball drops, colorful but meaningless. We both knew the truth, while chasing others' affections. We'd missed the real love story unfolding in plain sight. I rubbed my numb thighs, the lingering ache oddly satisfying. "Same here," I muttered. He waved dismissively. "Gotta go. It's getting late." We both avoided reopening that conversation. After the movie, he dropped me home, fresh out of the shower. Lily's text glowed on my screen. "Lucy, Ethan and I are together now. You're not mad, right?" I flopped onto the bed, mechanically typing no. Her relationships were her business, even if it was Ethan. But we were supposed to be friends. I'd poured my heart out about every Ethan-related memory since high school. She never mentioned her own feelings. Not until after I'd chased him for years. Anger and hurt clawed at my chest. My fury wasn't about her dating Ethan, but about her years of silence. All those times I gushed about him, was she secretly laughing at my delusions? The realization made her suddenly seem like a stranger. Her rapid reply came as expected. "So glad you're not upset." I wanted to tell you but didn't know how. I exited the chat, removing her from my favorites. Her final text asked, "Lucy, let's get barbecue downtown tomorrow?" Testing me. But our friendship was over. "Tired. Going to bed," I replied. Ethan's message popped up next. I pursued Lily first. "Don't take it out on her, Lucy." I used to adore Ethan, that overwhelming, all-consuming crush. Now it curdled into nausea. Their sudden romance? Please. They'd watched Ryan and me clowning ourselves for years, basking in our devotion before going thanks. But no thanks. I could handle rejection. But not discovering my longtime crush was actually trash. I screenshotted everything for Ryan. "You get these too?" His matching screenshot showed Lily's "thanks for liking me all these years" message. Ryan texted, 5 years she never mentioned liking my brother. "Lucy, we're not masochists to keep chasing them if we knew, right?" 5 years chasing. But decades of feelings. I typed, we drew the short straw meeting them. I never want to see them again, though we probably will tomorrow. Then we'll fake smile through that it's fine charade they need to feel absolved. Frustration bubbled as I considered blocking them. Ryan called our chaotic childhood partnership sparking through the line. You thinking, what I'm thinking, we spoke over each other. Spit it out. I demanded. He cleared his throat. We should date. We know each other inside out. I paused. Then nodded at the phone. Deal. Let's beat them to the altar. His laugh crackled through. Leave the planning to me. I never knew Ryan could move so fast. Last night, I couldn't squeeze out a single tear to mourn the years I'd wasted, wallowing in self-pity about whether my feelings for Ethan had truly vanished during those hopeless years. Then this morning, and I mean early, crack of dawn early, my mother started banging on my door like the world was ending. Each knock louder than the last. Mom. What's the rush? I opened the door with bedhead, my complaint dying mid-sentence as she clamped a hand over my mouth. Lucy. Hurry up and get ready. Downstairs. Now. I rubbed my bleary eyes. What's going on? Your boyfriend's here to propose. She whispered. Giddy. My mom had always nagged me about settling down. Even tried setting me up on blind dates. Seeing Ryan show up like this must have been her dream come true. What? I jolted fully awake. No way. Peering over the railing, I saw familiar faces below and the unmistakable glint of gold gifts under the chandelier. I flew through my routine, skincare, makeup, outfit, and descended to find Mrs. Brown beckoning warmly. Lucy dear, come eat. We brought dim sum from that Cantonese place you love. She turned to my mom with an apologetic smile. Grace. I know this is sudden nonsense. My mom beamed. We've watched these two grow up together. This just makes things official. Exactly. My dad chimed in. No need for formalities between our families. Ryan sat ramrod straight in his tailored suit. Hair slicked back. You work fast. I muttered. Stealing a shrimp dumpling from his plate. Figured we should strike while the iron's hot. He whispered. With Ethan gone, I didn't want complications. I raised an eyebrow but stayed silent as our parents feverishly debated wedding dates. The 5th. The almanac says it's auspicious. Perfect. We'll book the venue tomorrow. Ryan and I exchanged wide-eyed glances. They're more eager than we are. He murmured. Can you blame them? I snorted. Mom's been ranting about millennials ruining marriage for years. The following weeks blurred into dress fittings and invitation calligraphy. Meanwhile, Ethan and Lily flooded social media with seaside selfies from their coastal getaway. During a lull at the tailors, I stared at their ocean backdrop in Ryan's fitting room mirror. We were supposed to go there first. You know, I said abruptly as he emerged adjusting his cufflinks. Lily mentioned. He met my gaze steadily. Still want to? Not because of them. My voice hardened. That trip was my idea, my birthday plan before everything. Ryan steered me toward the full-length mirror. I know. The reflection showed two people who fit together like puzzle pieces, his easy smile crinkling those brown family eyes. My determined set of shoulders. Stunning. The sales associate sighed. You two look like storybook characters. How do you like this set? He asked softly, tilting his head. I bit my lip in contemplation. It's nice, but not quite breathtaking. I gestured vaguely with my fingers, missing that special spark somehow. Ryan Brown chuckled under the crystal chandelier, his eyes crinkling with starlight. Sir, miss, have any of these wedding gowns or suits caught your eye? The boutique manager approached, immediately sensing our hesitation. We'll have several couture pieces arriving from Paris next week. Might I suggest waiting to see those? I can show you the designer sketches and explain their creative visions now, if you'd like. I glanced at Ryan for confirmation. At his nod, I smiled. We'll wait. When the shipment arrived days later, Ryan got delayed at the office. I was heading out alone when Lily Taylor appeared at my doorstep, cheeks flushed and clutching a souvenir bag. Lucy! Off somewhere? She thrust the package at me without waiting for an answer. Local treats from Linching. The beaches were exactly like your videos, perfect for photos. Oh. Why didn't you like my posts? As she gushed about her trip. I studied this woman I'd known for years. We stood inches apart. Yet suddenly she felt like a stranger. Her chatter died abruptly when she noticed the 10-carat diamond on my left hand. You can't wear that on your middle finger. Her voice tightened. Where'd you even get this? Ryan insisted. I examined the glittering stone, remembering how the jeweler's eyes had widened when we upgraded from 1 carat. Said our rushed wedding shouldn't skip all romance. Her manicured fingers dug into my arm. But Lucy, how could you move on from Ethan so fast? The name slipped out before she could stop it. Her face paling. I felt nothing but pity now for myself. For the girl who'd believed in this friendship. We're getting married next month. You should come. Her smile turned brittle. Of course. You promised I'd be maid of honor. The words came too fast. Too bright. I need to meet this mystery man first though. At the boutique, Ryan arrived before us. Lily's glee evaporated when she saw him adjusting his cufflinks by the bridal displays. What's he doing here? She hissed, sliding my hand through Ryan's arm. I felt his quiet laughter vibrate through me. Our wedding's on the 5th. He told Lily with perfect civility. Do join us. Her mouth worked soundlessly. I tilted my head. All innocence. Why so surprised? Lily? Didn't you always say Ryan would do anything for you? The unspoken words hung between us, how she'd made him drive 40 miles nightly during college. How she'd basked in his devotion while chasing his cousin. In her widening pupils, I saw shattered delusions, the realization that some treasures can't be stolen, only cherished. If she could be with Ethan overnight, why can't we? As the atmosphere turned icy, Lily's phone rang. She snapped out of her daze to retrieve it from her purse. While she took the call, I settled onto the sofa where staff were displaying the latest bridal gown arrivals. Popping a fruit cube into my mouth, I nudged Ryan and gestured at Lily's ashen face. See? Even she knows this is wrong. No one truly understands another's pain. Wait, do you think she actually likes you? Ryan glared. Hard no. He surveyed the 5 gowns before us with a sigh. Any of these catch your eye? Only then did I look up. The centerpiece dress stole my breath, a constellation of diamonds woven into romantic elegance. Its sparkle rivaling galaxies under the chandeliers. When I remained transfixed, Ryan waved his hand before my eyes. Go try it. Every girl deserves her dream dress. Even if marriage isn't the dream. Outside the fitting room, Lily's fragmented pleas mingled with Ryan's terse replies. As I adjusted the final hook, her trembling voice carried through the curtain. Ryan, you never treated me this coldly before. Can't we at least stay friends? I signaled the attendant to pause the reveal. No way was I facing next month's wedding alone. Ryan's laugh bit through the silk. Should I be cozy with my brother's girlfriend? Friends? Not happening. I'm getting married. At my nod, the attendant swept the curtain aside. 3 stunned faces greeted me, Lily's devastation, Ethan's rushed arrival, and Ryan's poorly concealed smirk. Their collective awe made every penny of this dress worthwhile. Damn. We look fire. Ryan produced his phone, angling us before the mirror. Let's get some shots. Ethan finally found his voice. You're marrying? Since when? His frown melted into patronizing calm. Ryan, you know better than to play house without consulting our parents. This childish. Call them. Ryan tossed his phone. Ask. The color drained from Ethan's face as our parents' confirmation echoed through the boutique. Under the crystal lights, for shadows split into opposing camps. Ethan's bewildered gaze found mine behind Ryan's shoulder. Why did he look wounded? My fingers twisted in Ryan's sleeve until his reassuring pat anchored me. Time to go. My words hung between the brothers. Lily's smile cracked like aged porcelain. Lucy, you promised I'd be your bridesmaid. Memory superimposed her teenage self over the polished stranger, the girl who'd clasped my hands declaring, "Whoever marries first. We'll stand by each other toward happiness." Not anymore. The words tasted of lost sleepovers and shared lip gloss. Lily staggered as if struck. In that falter, I buried a decade of friendship. Ethan reached to steady her, but his eyes never left mine, a silent plea I refused to decipher. Ryan's arm slid around my waist, diamonds scattering light like 1,000 tiny shields. Lucy, I didn't know how much sincerity was in her calls. But it didn't matter anymore. As we finalized the venue and stepped out, snowflakes began dusting our hair while Ryan warmed my hands in his. Looks like we're growing old together, I teased, tilting my face upward. He obediently bent down as camera flashes captured our snow-dusted moment. Months later, I discovered an old sports day photo while packing. There it was, Ethan and Lily exchanging that fateful glance. I remembered Lily's laugh when explaining how she'd meant for me to bite the metal, not strike that pose. At my cave later, Lily arrived, transformed chestnut waves framing her tailored coat. Lucy. Her voice cracked. I regret everything. She claimed Ryan never loved me, that our marriage would fail. Should I return him? I scoffed. Weren't you with Ethan? Her litany poured out: midnight drives, homemade remedies, impulsive takeout runs. Every single thing you listed, I countered, will become my reality. Except the fistfights. The barista's timely iced coffee found its way across Lily's designer coat. Wake up call, I remarked, wiping my hands as staff discreetly applauded. That evening, Ryan vented over dinner about Lily's coincidental office encounters and Ethan's brooding interrogations. Why endure this circus? I asked, studying his furrowed brow. His grip tightened around his fork. Lucy, if you dare leave me at that altar. The threat dissolved into our shared laughter, the snow outside mirroring our first venue visit. Oh my God. Mr. Impatient. Listen. I'm just asking, how could I possibly expect someone to fall for me in a month when I couldn't even get a glance after 5 years? That's just nonsense. He pouted, his thoughts clearly tangled. Maybe, when you talk to God, it's faith. When God talks to you, he suddenly blurted out this non sequitur, leaving me utterly confused. He chuckled, must be brain damage. Huh? I asked. Is this some new meme? I'll take you gaming tonight. You play Zhang Liang. Oh ho, I eyed him sideways. That night, I hung out with old friends till midnight. Slightly tipsy. Slumped on the couch. I drifted into dreams where someone kept violently ringing my doorbell like a death omen. Suddenly, consciousness returned as the ringing persisted in reality. Huh? Not a dream. I staggered up, leaning against the wall while wobbling to answer. The moment I opened the door, there stood that jinx Ethan. Mom always said weddings should avoid bad omens. Frowning, I tried to slam the door shut. But Ethan grabbed it, red-eyed and gritting his teeth. He demanded, Lucy, are you serious? Marrying Ryan? Have you lost your mind? He loves Lily. You'll never be happy together. His face twisted in agony. Lucy, don't throw your life away just to spite me. I narrowed my eyes, swallowing bile before enunciating clearly, dead serious. I'm marrying Ryan. He treats me right, unlike you guys who always ruined our outings. Complained about my photo spots. Ryan always defends me. Never gets impatient. I could do that too. He suddenly pleaded urgently. God knows what possessed him. He kept rambling, Lucy. I regret everything. I never realized my feelings until I heard about your engagement. My heart aches, I can't imagine life without you. Herc, I finally vomited all over him. Ugh, so disgusting, his speech died mid-sentence. Face turning green. Whoa. Bro. My bad. Ryan materialized with a schadenfreude smirk. Shouldn't you avoid midnight visits to your future sister-in-law? People might talk. Ethan's shocked retort got cut off by the slammed door. In the bathroom. Ryan gently wiped vomit from my face and clothes. Eyes soft. Clutching his shirt. I mumbled, "How much did you hear?" His chest vibrated with quiet laughter, perfect timing, caught the grand finale. Under the harsh lights. He suddenly asked, when were those photo outings? Remember? Every time we hung out, they'd complain, but the views were gorgeous, tears spilled. If they hated it. Should've stayed home. Ryan caressed my cheek. Shoo. I looked up at his gentle expression. Gesturing him closer. Whispering in his ear. I confessed I tried quitting Ethan so many times, but kept remembering him biking through rain to get my prom dress. He silently rubbed my back as I added, also, we promised to chase them together. You were still trying with Lily. He snorted. First time hearing about loyalty and dating. Tipsy nonsense. Covering my mouth. He asked, can you shower alone? Nodding vigorously almost made me faceplant into the tub. Ryan yanked me back. Whoa. Clumsy. Grumbling. He muttered, screw it, gonna see eventually anyway. Hands, keep them proper. Stop it. You pervert. I'll get you back. No. I'm your future husband. Who's the husband? Ryan Brown. And who's the wife? Lucy Clark. On our wedding day. Both Ryan and I were so paranoid the other might bolt that we made each other video call throughout. When the ceremony began, Dad walked me step by step toward Ryan, placing my hand in his. His broad, warm palm enveloped mine. Through my veil, I saw his face overflowing with joy. Ethan Brown and Lily weren't entirely wrong. Ryan and I initially got together just to save face, to make our years of unrequited effort seem less pathetic. But later, we genuinely tried to make it work. We gave each other emotional support. Hiking. We never argued about whose idea it was. Instead, we admired the scenery, took photos together, and reached the summit. Eventually, Ryan and Lily didn't last. Both cheating repeatedly. It's unclear whether Ryan started flaunting his secretary first, or if Lily began sharing hotel rooms with her college senior during trips. Their affairs kept changing partners until they both gathered enough evidence against each other. Their messy, very public divorce made local headlines, humiliating the Browns so badly they couldn't show their faces in town. Returning home that evening, I found Ryan cooking dinner. Watching his busy silhouette in the kitchen, I impulsively hugged him from behind. What's this about? He chuckled, pressing my cheek against his back. I mumbled. I finally understand how hard it truly is to stay loyal, patient, and decent in love. Lucy, you're cheating? He spun around clutching a kitchen knife. Panic-stricken. Are you insane? You scared me to death. I snapped. He feigned relief. If we'd ended up with them back then, I began. Change the first 5 words to we definitely would have been cheated on. He interrupted, not wanting to discuss his brother, the same brother currently tanking Brown Corp's stock price despite their father's efforts to protect his VP position. Thank God I started my own business instead. People who treat love carelessly won't change based on who they're with. My mouth watered as Ryan prepared my favorite soy sauce chicken. Last year in Seafoam City, a coastal town famed for seafood, I became obsessed with their poached chicken. Scallion oil chicken. Salt-baked chicken, but the soy sauce version reigns supreme. It's velvety meat saturated with rich umami. One bite. And you're hooked. Thanks, hubby. I pecked his cheek. He froze. Then pointed to his lips. They say they want one too. with exaggerated flair. I declared, "Fine. You get the full treatment."